Uxmal. Uxmal, S-H, sound X. Uxmal means 3 times built and 3 times abandoned. This place where we are going to walk now is part of the ceremonial center. It's part of the civic center. In other words, none of them live here or there or there. This place was protected by a wall, was surrounded by a wall, and was only used for Mayan ceremonies, dancing, games, pray, offerings, meditations, and why not? The most important to survive, marketing. And the market is on the other side. After we see the other side of this temple, we're going to walk by the temple of the nuns. Then we walk on the other side to see the ball court, and then we climb 26 steps to stay in a huge platform where from there I'm going to give you the explanation of the other temples, and then you will have time for food. Okay? Any questions so far?
So where did people live?
People live outside of the wall.
Okay.
In rich class people in temples made of stone. Low class and up and middle class in thatched roof houses. Yes.
And they excavated many of those?
Many of those. Yes. Just 6 months ago, it has one of the restoration, because this temple was for 9 kings of the time. But before we saw this best to use paper, crystal wood, and then 100 years later, all these were fixed. It was wet glass. This is the cold and Senores, ladies, gentlemen, right here in this place we have one of this is the highest building in Uxmal. The measures from here to bottom to the top, we are talking about 37 meters. Only 2 staircases, not 4 like in Chichen Itza. El Castillo has a square shape and on every side has 91 steps. Not here. Right here has an oval shape and 2 staircases. This one of 121 steps, including those 3, and on the other side we have 76 steps. So you can see how small and how narrow and how short are the steps. But remember, they have steps like this, but for Mayan people were not a big problema, because Mayan people were short people and they have small feet. To have a very idea, the height of the Maya people were about 1 meter 35 centimeters, talking about 4.5 feet. Wow. They were not dwarfs. They were short people. And these people, most of the time, when they built temples with wider steps and bigger steps, not like this. is still enjoying. It seems to be that every family used to have one of these two pools, and they can support the family more than one season, dry season. But what happens when no rain? So they have to abandon this place. So that's why people call Uxmal, 3 times abandoned, 3 times revealed, or probably the last 3 Mayan kings who were here before this time. So this is Chultun. It's a architecture. The archaeologists who are restoring this place are specialized in the Mayan architecture. So this temple and the other ones we can see on the other side was saw as the first time after the Spaniards by 2 travelers. One, John Stevens from New Jersey, and second one from England. I'm talking about Frederick Catherwood. These 2 people were exploring Central America in Mexico. See? And when was that? In 1841, 1839, 1841. That was the time they got here. But when they came here, they didn't see this. They see only mounds of stones, mounds of temples. See? So in other words, 60% of this temple is original. 20 is restored and the rest is still missing. But see how many pieces are missing. Something what the archaeologists couldn't do it, because for them it's difficult, is to put back the roof of the temple. The Mayans never used any method to restore them. That temple which has now the impermeable, they put metals to make the arch shape, which is something like this. Look at this arch. That is the famous Mayan arch. All the temples looks like flat outside, but if you go in, you will see an arch like this. The roofs are like this, a corbel arch and keystone. Look at the border of the arch. Have stones like a boot-shaped stones, where in one side put the weight, and the other side goes like this. And then inside, you are not going to see most of them. Inside have holes here and hole here to put a wood to all part of the archway as well. But now many of them lost. Take a look. That piece of wood you see right there by the doorway. It's a lintel, and that's an original Mayan lintel. So we're talking about 1,000 years old. That kind of wood is not cedar, it's not mahogany. That is a chewing gum tree wood. It's a chico tree wood. It's much harder than those woods I've done. So the insects never penetrate this wood. It's very, very hard. The only piece which is gone from these wood are the Mayan carpets. This way. This group of buildings where we are now we call them the Temple of the Nuns. Nunnery. Why didn't have any nuns? This is because the Spanish, the missionaries, they came here, they saw these buildings like a convent because of different numbers of doorways. They call it's called nunnery. Other people believe that this is a boardwalk, but this was the Mayan. Every room what we have here in these places were used as a storehouse. The participation of people. Senores, ladies, gentlemen, right here in this place we have one of this is the highest building in Uxmal. The measures from here to the bottom to the top, we are talking about 37 meters. Only 2 staircases, not 4 like in Chichen Itza. El Castillo has a square shape and on every side has 91 steps. Not here. Right here has an oval shape and 2 staircases. this one of 121 steps, including those three, and the other side we have 76 steps. So you can see how small and how narrow and how short are the steps. But remember, they have steps like this, but for Mayan people were not a big problem because Mayan people were short people and they have small feet. To have a very idea, the height of the Mayan people were about 1 meter 35 centimeters, talking about 4.5 feet. Approximately. They were not short. They were short people. And these people, most of the time, when they build temples with wider steps and bigger steps, not like this.
Ultimi mohicani sau ultimii maiași? Ultimii.
Mohicani.
Where I heard the other day one of the archaeologists was saying that here every person that wanted to see the king which was inside of the temple on top, they have to leave their personal belongings like necklaces, bracelets, earrings, nose rings, and when they walked up there, they walked up like this, backwards. Just when they get the last step, to back and see the face of the king. But remember, señores, in these places were not like Apocalipto. If you have seen Apocalipto, they sacrifice people on top and then they kick them and to roll down. No, the only people who have been rolling down here are turistas. Because here in this place, 4 times had an accident where 3 of them saved, but 1 lost his life. Was a kid of 15 years old. 15 years old, but was on the other side, was running up and suddenly slept, was all down. That is one of the reasons why the Mexican government, they canceled the climbing of the buildings. Number 2, because when we had a chance to go inside of those temples, we write graffiti. I love New York. Graffitis on the walls, and part of these walls were damaged. But if you take a look, none of them has plastic. But all of them, you plastic. Plastic. Now, Maya people were not like Machu Picchu. Huh? The Incas in Machu Picchu don't use cement. The Mayas did. In between these square stones or rectangular stones, you can see the cement. How they made it? Just they collect trunks of trees about this big, about this thick, about 10 meters long, 2,000, 3,000. Depends how much of cement they want to make. Then they use limestone pieces, and the woods and limestone together, they burn it all. The results of that are little pieces of charcoal, what it was left, used for it. So nothing is waste. So all these were used for the most difficult part was to make the carving. But that, I said difficult because that was for the take a look. See? Maya people never use any molds. No molds. And see how they make this. Try to move one of these stones. These stones one day was resting above the doorway as a lintel, as a cornice. Look at that. It's about 1 meter goes into the wall, just to show you this decoration. Yes. But here comes something else. Sometimes we have one piece of stone for about 3 meters right on top. How do you think these people take it out there? The same way like they transport their rocks from the quarries to here. Carry? No. First of all, they build roads. Sakbes in Maya language means white roads. Then they have to leave poles on it to roll them and to move them using the rope, the sisal, which is exactly the same way they do that. You see, because while these buildings were have a higher, the doorways were getting sealed, like that one you see over there. This one, just a few years ago, you were in Gilbert, after Gilbert hurricane, destroyed part of the walls. The archaeologists decided to refill that tunnel because we used to go with the tourists inside and we come out on the other side. But to make a reinforcement, they decided to refill with stones that place. And I told you, the first temple in this construction is this one. One room, this is the second room. Inside is the doorway number 3 with a room and 2 more on the other side. 5. Then they made that one, and then they did these 2. They made these 2. See? But the oldest of these 4 constructions is this one, 600 after Christ. 600 after Christ. When was the abandon of this place? Forever? 13th or 14th century. And before the Spaniards came here, this place, the Mayas were multiplying, and probably there were 25,000 people living here in this place. And Uxmal used to be the capital of the rest of the towns which were close by. Because we here on these ranges are not only Uxmal, Cabá, Sail, Larnach, La Pac, Chacotún, Oxquintoc, etc., etc. But Uxmal was the capital. See? This was the most important city, the most important ceremonies, the most important trading had to be here, where we are going now. Okay? Vamos. With a broken leg, one leg is broken, the arms is broken, but it's a male. All this is related with fertility. Even if you take a look, the snake's bodies are intertwined, having a copulation. A new child is born. Above the head is the right tail of the other snake, and the flower stem.
Wow. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the other side, the head and the tail disappear. In the center, where the second and the third doorway above on the left side. Can you see how the bodies, two bodies? Take a look to the right hand side. 1 meter from those bodies, there's a statue holding something like this. He is a farmer because that stick what he's holding is a shoe. And not a shoe. Shoe is the stick what it used to make the hole in the soil. To leave the seed of where the wider door is, above there's a round stone in white color, and the face is the face of an old Mayan person. The body is the tortoise body. You can see the legs and the little tail down. And la tortuga. The tortoise is symbol of long life. Right? So these are cultures, not just the Mayan. If you can see through, it's because the wall on the other side disappeared, collapsed. But it doesn't have any walls in it, any doorways in it. That was a wall. And you see, once again, checks in the corner, checks on top, checks on the other side, checks here. Take a look above each doorway. There's a shape of a Mayan hat. The Mayan factory houses and above is the face of Chad, but most of them are broken. But Chad is the most important that thing. We are going now to see the play with the place where they practice the game. We come out from that game.
So they were so smart.
Look at the handprints.
Actually 7 palms around here where God, shot God.
Maybe that is the signature of
So the picture also had a name.
We have some more steps, Steve.
Okay.
That's what you die if they sacrifice you. Right. That's what I was telling you about.
But this game was what about the ball? Where did they get the ball? Then what is the point? I don't know how many points they need to do, or how often they practice. here, not here, right here, probably they are kept this way. That's why that when you finish to see this place, you have to go down the same steps. If you don't want to go like we were, and you want to look for the exit, just come down and go directly where the main temple is, and then turn to the right, and you will see the exit. Right here, where we are now, see, it's one of the largest platforms what the Mayas built in Uxmal. This place, in the beginning, I mean, 60, 65 years ago, the archaeologists thought that this place was a natural mound, and the Mayas used them to build these temples. But finally, when they cleaned and they excavated the sites, they noticed that this place was made by the Mayas. And there's something that is not done in the whole platform. Wow. It's the excavation. Just a little piece they did in the other side, and they found temples underneath. Therefore, there are about 99% of probabilities that here, this side where we are, if they dig, they found more temples. Of course, the older ones. Talking about 300 after Christ. That's the oldest of Uxmal. No before Christ. Right here in this place, there are no temples before Christ. All of them are after Christ. But 300, 400 are the oldest ones. See? So right here in this platform, the Mayan people built 5 temples. One is that one, the tortoise house. Can you see the little turtles in the upper side? Looks like round stones. 47 of them decorating that side. The temple of the governor's palace, number 2. Number 3, right here, there was 1 temple. Number 4 and number 5 on the other side. 5 constructions they have here. And this one here, what we call the governor's palace, there are 103 faces of the Mayan rain god. We don't see them well because all of them lost their noses. But when you get up there, you get closer, you will see that those faces are, each face are follow the next one. Going up and down. Up and down from this corner to the next one. Yes. And why do we call the governor's palace? Just because in between the 2 doors, can you see that? Right above, there's a throne in circle shape. Can you see that? in between. There's a trunk. The god or the deity, it's gone. But used to be in a statue sitting down in lotus position, but it's gone. There's one where the wider door is. There's one of those statues I'm talking about. The main, the wall has the feathers or the headdress. See, it's there. So this is the governor's palace. The governor's palace, according to the archaeologists, this temple is the most beautiful what they have seen in the entire Mayan world. But I'm talking about 1839, 1840s. Who said that? John Stevens and Frederick Chapel. Because this temple is not repeated again in other Mayan places. This temple, when you walk in the other side of this temple on top, you will see that the arches has like a kind-shaped tree. The only ones in the entire Mayan world with this shape. This one is broken, but this one used to be like the other one. Señores, if you want to try this temple, you can do it. It's awesome. It's awesome. If you feel that you can do it because I'm not there, you can say that.
If you can do that, honey.
Se mergem să vede deasupra acolo de
And when you go down and you check that side,
Papu aici nu aici se întreabă și înainte vârful la piramidă acolo, că n-aveam cum.
you see that is a long building, but on top of the roof, just in the front side, have a shape like this of holes.
Uite mai margine, te face ca să prinzi piramida, nu prea margine ca să prinzi.
If you have
Nu, ca să prinzi piramida, dacă vrei. Așa.
Correcto. I see you later. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm going on until 12:15. Oh, hour and a half. An hour and 15 minutes.
Tony?
No, my wood come off. So we can pull it through. Chef Mike.
She had to be like that, just tiny, you know. Oh, look at down there.
Okay, so this belongs to this.
Looks like a pecan kind of a shell, but it's not.
No one needed.
Yeah, we can take a picture of that.
We were looking for down.
I climbed the Temple of the Dog.
I guess the fighting part is going down, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just reverse your angle. And it looks weird.
It's so much higher. It really is so much higher than anything else. But it's amazing because it's amazing to think that they built this platform. I don't, that's a, I guess they had temples that they built and they decided to build a new temple and so they used it as the foundation. Yeah, that's right. They wanted a new one. Yeah. We have to have a new temple. I'm sure that it was, that every leader was sort of like, well, in order to show that I'm the greatest, I must build a bigger temple. Or so this temple, yeah, you must build this for me. Exactly.
Essa qui è l'aparato spatenco per casa immunale.
Vrei să cobori?